Let's go!
Yeah, Jacko's a pretty technical slash, she has like a bunch of unique mechanics in Guilty Gear Xrd, and I kind of like Gargos from Killer Instinct and Jacko are kind of similar, but Jacko is like there's way more stuff that you can do. So I'm kind of curious to see what the hell they're doing with Jacko in Guilty Gear Strive. And you know what? I don't want to wait. Watch it right now. Okay, give us the breakdown. I want to see it.
Jack O fights by summoning servants. Take control of the ever-changing battlefield as you go on the offense.
Oh my, already it looks a little crazy.
This move summons a servant. Servant gauge is required to summon them. You can use servants as projectiles by hitting them with an attack. Servants disappear either when an opponent's attack hits them or after a set period of time.
Oh, they automatically disappear,
this
huh?
move picks up a nearby servant. You cannot block while lifting the servant, but you can dash backwards. Throw servant. This move throws a servant forward that you've picked up. The servant becomes a projectile once thrown, moving forward in a curved line.
Okay. All right.
Release servant. This move releases a servant you've picked up. Once released, the servant falls to the ground at your location. You can use a servant to start your offense by hitting them with an aerial attack after releasing them in the air.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. So it's got a hitbox on the way down? What the hell?
All servants that are currently summoned. The servant gauge refills once they've been recalled.
So if you just want to reset everything.
Is required to activate this move. Attack command. This move causes all currently summoned servants to attack. As it launches the opponent on hit, you can follow up with a combo. It also works well as a poke or in setups due to its fast
this looks weird.
Recovery. Servant gauge is required to activate this move. Defend command.
Oh my god, that looked ridiculous.
This move creates a barrier around all servants currently summoned. When the opponent attacks a servant with their barrier up, it causes the opponent to crumple. This works well against
Can you actually get damage there?
Rid of servants by attacking them. You can follow up with Forever Elysion Driver while the opponent is stunned. Servant gauge is required to activate this
Oh,
move.
a command grab super while they're stunned.
Countdown.
Wow.
This move causes all currently summoned servants to explode. The servants vanish after the explosion, but it causes heavy damage.
That explosion is very minor.
Before the explosion goes off, so
it looks very like, it should be like huge.
Servant gauge is required to activate this move. Servant shoot. An attack that hits in front of Jack O. By hitting servants with this move, you can send them flying far off. This works well as a poke at long range.
It does take away their actions though, okay.
This move can be cancelled into some special moves. Forever Elysion Driver. An extremely damaging throw. This move can be
command grab
used in
super.
combos or to interrupt your
I'm actually really surprised. She
on startup.
She seems to have retained a lot.
This move as it whiffs unless you are extremely close to the opponent. Cheer servant on. This move grants a temporary buff to servants. The slash version makes servants invincible, meaning they no longer disappear when the opponent
That's
attacks
cute. They
them.
put on a mask.
The heavy slash version makes the servant gauge recover very quickly, making it possible to launch a combination offense together with your servants.
Yo, what the hell?
Good use of the servants you summon to create an opportunity to attack. You can mix the opponent up with her dust attack or throw once you're in close range. If your opponent tries to prevent you from summoning servants, use standing kick or far standing slash as pokes. Her sweep is also easy to use and has a lot of
This
active
pressure.
frames. Her aerial dust attack can keep the opponent from approaching too. Once you have control of the field,
Wow!
use
Hold on a second. Well, I think she wins biggest fucking move list in the game. Damn. What's crazy about Jacko is that she probably has half as much as what she had in Exard, right? I never played Jacko like enough to really get it, much less even fought people that use Jacko very much because she was so odd. But this is like half the things that she could technically do. And it's still an absolute metric shit ton. Like, look how many friggin' attacks and combinations of things she can do.
Cheer servant on and move in to overwhelm the opponent. Thank you for watching.
Interesting. Faust has the most in Strive. Does Faust actually have more supers than that? Yeah, in Exard you had like houses and you could put them in the house and shit like that. There was a lot of weird shit happening. I'm gonna say that she actually has way more than I thought she was going to, right? Yeah, I remember like playing the organ and shit to give them buffs and stuff. Like it went pretty far in the previous game. The funny thing is that I completely understand that the character has a lot less crazy shit, right, that she can do from the previous game. But this still comes across as like, to an unknowing outsider, right? And even someone that very briefly even checked out Jacko's move list in Exard, much less maybe played against her, I'd argue less than 5 times in the entire time I played Guilty Gear Exard's like lifespan. This still comes across as like, dang, there's a lot to swallow here, right? This is definitely a character that has a lot of technicality, a lot of setup stuff, and it seems that it might flow a little bit easier than it did before. But dude, like, oh, holy crap. It genuinely looks like she's gonna have a lot of nutty shit that's gonna be happening. This actually leaves me with some questions regarding the future. Like, I don't remember Jacko being able to kick and manipulate the servants in Exard. Remember, she can like pick them up, but they would like sort of progressively move forward in like an attack pattern, right? So now, and we were talking about this earlier, now she literally took that aspect from Venom, where Venom would put pool cues on the screen and he would hit them and they would go in a variety of directions, right? They would bounce off each other. Yeah, in the previous game it was automatic. This one feels like, yeah, we're just gonna take Venom and Jacko and sort of like mix them together gameplay wise. And now she could pick up the houses. Yeah, well, I mean, she can still pick up and throw these, but now she can actually hit them with like normals for the most part. Not as much as, you know, Venom, but weirdly enough, a little bit of Venom isms in this character now, which is pretty fascinating. She can more set you up, and that's getting good with Venom, which takes a long time, is going to be pretty similar to getting good with Jacko, right? The number one thing is setting up all the projectiles on screen to manipulate them to a point that really locks the fucking opponent down, that limits your options a shit ton. That's like the goal of a character like this, which is ideally what Venom was, you know? No, Venom from, here, chat, for people that don't know who Venom is, who might be new to Guilty Gear. So this guy literally played pool as a gameplay mechanic, and he would put pool cues on the screen, and after a few of them, he can hit them and they bounce off each other and they like reflect in a variety of different directions. So Jacko has somewhat of a similar element, right? Where you're able to put projectiles on the screen, technically minions, and start going nuts. What was Venom's game plan? You would think that this would lead Venom to be like a zoner, but not really. Like, Venom is a setup character. I mean, I don't know if he's the same in every single fucking game. If you got people that eventually really played well with Venom, it felt like you could never fucking press a button. Like, you'd get pressured like crazy all of a sudden, but he just needed to get shit set up, you know what I mean? To me, this character is nothing but setup. What, dude, this character isn't a setup character?
Gauge is required to activate this move.
This is not a setup character? Like, that she is. Like, that's gonna be her whole game plan is going to be to knock your ass down, stick a minion on you, and you just have to fucking guess. Good luck. That looks pretty dank. Well, the dankest part is that she's only doing one part of the mix-up. She's doing jump, dash in the air. She can jump forward, backdash back in the air, and then, oh, fucking... And the reason I say this is like a setup character is because she is doing shit very similar now, right? It almost feels like this character took a whole bunch of shit that this guy did, and now she has it too, right? It's like super similar, being able to pick up and throw this shit and then jump over and manipulate him, trigger one of the minions to do something behind you. Gargos was like a variant of Jacko gameplay design. Now it feels like, oh shit. Now, oh god. Now there's like even more stuff that are relevant to what Venom does and Gargos does in Jacko now. There's a whole bunch of shit.